presenting Invicta watches here tonight. So truly appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight and being loyal both on Sundays here at this time, 7 p.m. Eastern, and also on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be on next. It will be for this live stream here. It will be then coming up same time this Wednesday, but then I also have some TikTok shows coming up on Shop HQ. And the handle for that, actually, I believe now it's changed to Shop HQ Watches, but it still displays as Shop HQ. So give a follow. I'll be there this week at 11 a.m. this coming Wednesday, and then 12:30, an hour and a half later on Thursday, and then back at 11 a.m. on Friday. And that's all on TikTok, and that's all Eastern time. So thank you so much for being here. Rick and Lisa, yes, happy Sunday and happy Papa's Day from Kentucky. Hey, Ryan, thank you so much. And thank you those, and happy Father's Day to you, those of you out there. So fathers are great, mothers are great. And today here, just a little special day for us fathers. So just want to wish each and every one of you fathers, both here and also remembered, a happy, happy Father's Day. Okay, Tim is here. Phil, thank you very much. Appreciate that from you. So be sure to follow Shop HQ on all social media platforms, and that will be on TikTok. It will be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, even X, all that. Be sure to follow me. I am the Ryan Code on TikTok, on Instagram, and also on X. I'm Invicta Ryan on Facebook. Okay, well, let's kick off with the first item here tonight from Invicta. I'll just pin it here for you guys. So these are 3 of the 4 watches I have not presented yet. So that's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. So we're going to go on here with the first timepiece, and it's going to be a 48 millimeter coming from the S1 collection. That's really the theme tonight, is the S1 collection. And so let's look at this for a quick second. Now, the official name we're calling this is the men's 48 millimeter S1 Rally Quartz Chronograph 2-tone bracelet watch. I mean, right away, a little bit bigger at that 48 millimeters. I'm actually going to measure it out. To me, it looks like it might even be a little bit bigger than that 48 millimeters here. I do have my calipers. We'll just do that and double check all the measurements here. But there are a couple different color choices that you're getting into. I'll go over those in just a second. But I mean, I like the weight. I like the feel. Has a bit of that Pro Diver design here. It's got a unidirectional rotating bezel and such. And check that out. We have the 2-tone going along with that green, which I think looks really, really sharp. And more of a 3-dimensional dial. You can see that additional plate that's on the inside. So there are 2 different color choices. This is green right here, and then there's also a black variation. And that black variation is going to be just a 2-tone like this, except this, wherever you see green, it's going to be black on this version. Now the MSRP is $795, and it actually goes down 86% here during this live stream, down to $114.99. So $114.99, you're going to get 2 different color choices I mentioned before. And let's just talk about some of the specifics here. Now, the S1 collection goes around with that racing and that speed and performance that goes along. And what I see on the inside here of the dial almost looks a little bit like a racetrack for the 2 different sub-dials, both at the 12 o'clock position and also the 6 o'clock position on the inside of the timepiece here. You get oversized hour markers that those should, I believe they do loom, and then you're going to get the tachymeter that goes around the outer perimeter of the dial or on the rehaut here of the timepiece. So yeah, beautiful timepiece. You are going to have that unidirectional rotating bezel if you choose to do so. And with the BD57 on the inside, you're going to get that chronograph that's actually going to be that fast runner. And what's cool about it is, check it out here up at the very top. It might be a little hard to see, but when I press the chronograph to start, you can see it's actually that rotating disc up at the very top. So pretty cool in terms of the chronograph here for the timepiece for your fast runner. You have your seconds down here, and then your minutes then over at that 9 o'clock position on the inside of this watch. Almost has a sub-dial layouts of that 7750, but of course that's not. This is the VD57 from Time Module Inc. Okay, let me just do a stop and a quick reset right here. The bracelet is going to be 24 millimeters. And then we'll just measure everything out here till you get water resistance of being 100 meters. So you can take this watch in the water quite easily. All right, let's, first of all, let's just measure the wrist size and double check on it. It's gonna be pretty generous. I would say probably about that 9¼ inch wrist size. So look at that, maybe just under, probably just under. Let me just see the micro adjustments on the first. So I'd say just under 9¼ or 9 inch for sure, maybe a little bit larger that goes along for this watch. As I mentioned, 2 different color choices and down to $114.99. Let me just double check the size because it says 48 millimeters. Let me just see for sure. Let's just look at this, and if there is, I'll call in some requests for some changes to the website. Oh, look at that. We are right at that 48 millimeters. So yeah, 48.5 millimeters. The thickness is going to be, let's see, are we at about 16? 16, right on the money, right there for it. All right, and then, yeah, we mentioned just over a 9 inch wrist size here for this watch. So pretty generous. I should be able to get my hand through. My hand's a little bit larger, but almost for that timepiece here. So let me just see any additional information here on this watch. Let me see. Let me look at some of the comments here. Hello, Tim. Thank you for being here. Godfather, thank you for Happy Father's Day. Phil, that S1 green dial is popping. Yeah, I'll just show a little bit closer here for you, Phil. And just see, I got to get at the right distance, and it all depends here when I have the watch. With the light and how close I can actually get and when it's in focus and when it's not. So I take my lights up and down during my live streams just so I don't have all the lights here in my den. But yeah, great timepiece. You have the 18 karat gold that's been trimmed on this watch also. Yeah, so fantastic watch. Now, why don't you guys tell me if you guys celebrated Father's Day, if you're a father and you celebrated with your kids, or you celebrated with your dad, or you had that memory of your dad here today. So I didn't get to see my kids or my stepkids, but spoke with them. So that was all cool. And then went out to lunch with my dad along with one of my siblings. So that was really nice to do today. And yeah, so you guys, if you want to share some stories, please go ahead. And I will then move on to the next item, which is something that's brand new, which I'm really, really excited about. Okay, the next item. Okay, I've only had a chance to present one of these before. And I'd like to do a video on it with this new technology. You guys know what this is? Right here. So we're keeping with that whole S1 theme. And this is going to be the Men's 47 S1 Rally Quartz Day-Date Eye Size Bracelet Watch. So you're getting an eye size bracelet here. 3 different color choices. There's gold tone, which is actually sold out. I have the silver tone right here. And then there's also a gunmetal. Okay, and what you're getting is really that monochromatic look for the timepiece. You're getting, on the inside, you're getting the VH67, so it's multifunction. It's not a chronograph, although it has the same setup here at 12, 6, and 9 o'clock for the different subdials here for the timepiece. But you're getting into this tonneau-shaped dial, which plays along with S1 and also with racing. A lot of race-inspired timepieces do have that tonneau-shaped case, but it's pretty rare to see that tonneau-shaped case from Invicta when it comes with a bracelet. A lot of times it's on a leather strap or a silicone strap that has some color and some flair to it. So this is really cool, and I want you to notice also the design that goes down the center link. So look at that. It's like these, it's almost like a little bit of that checkered flag, if you will, but it's done in just like the lines as you can see here going across that center link. Now you have the brushed finish that carries across here for the watch and the VH67. So what you're getting is you're getting right up here, you're getting that calendar dates of the month. Then you're getting, let me just double check here, your day of the week over here at the 9 o'clock position, and down at the very bottom of the dial, that is going to be your 24-hour scale here for the watch. So yeah, let me see here. Godfather said, I just relaxed. I was answering my phone all day long from everybody. Yeah, I have to get back to a lot of people also, Godfather. I have a lot of people that still try to reach out to here during the course of the day. All right, let me just measure really quick the bracelet, because I'm going to talk more about the bracelet if you don't know what Invicta eye size actually is. We're looking at about the same size bracelet, maybe even just a little bit more generous, all the way up to probably about that 9¼ inch wrist size. But here's the thing. Have you guys seen the eye size before? I've only had one presentation with it, And I'll tell you, I was just floored by that design. So let me just see here. Here's the logos. So first of all, when you size a bracelet, sometimes it can be difficult. Customers like to do it. Others are like, you know what, I don't even want to hassle with it. I'm not going to get a toolkit. I just want a jeweler to do it or a friend to do it, which is great. So here's the thing. You don't need any tools whatsoever when it comes to Invicta's eye size. So here, let me just show you the back here with the link. And notice too the arrows. Now with the traditional bracelets, with the tension pins, yeah, you just saw one in the last presentation, right? So what you have here, this is where you go, and you don't have to take a tool or anything. All you do, and I'm just going to try to keep it in place. All you have to do is lift up and turn. Look at, I almost got it here. Hold on one second. You just lift up and you turn. I'll go back this way. So notice what I did. I lifted up and I turned back towards me. So this is all spring loaded, and look what happens. Boom, done. Let me see if I can hold everything just a little bit better to show you another time here with this eye size technology, which I think is just a great innovation here from Invicta. So you'll see one more time. Okay, so I have this bracelet out, or this link, sorry. I'm going to take this link out. So I'm just going to try to show you how that actually lifts up right here. So I can lift this up, see that? And I'm turning it outward. Now look at what happens. I can take the link out. Boom. So I just took a link out, and then it's even easier to put the link back together. So all you have to do is just size, or you just look at everything right here to line up the hole, which I can't quite see from my angle, and that's nothing with the design work. It's just me trying to find, one second. There we go. And then all you have to do is now watch this. I'll see if I can show you. You just lift up and you get that spring loaded link. Look at, how can I show this to you guys? Spring loaded link right here, and it just pushes over and it falls on. It just captures that pin on the inside. It's a fantastic technology from Invicta. I made it look more difficult because I'm trying to show to my camera, holding it up in the air, and so things aren't moving around, but it's actually quite easy to be able to take a link out. Maybe I can go this way. Let me see if this works. Does this show a little bit better if I grab a pin and then I twist it? That's the right way to do it. So you can see right there. And then you simply just remove. That's it. And then you can take the next pin out. There we go. And watch this. I just pulled this little portion out right here. I'm pulling it out just a little bit. Move it over. Snaps into place. Everything is lined up. It's a sweet technology here from Invicta. So yeah, I'm loving this. This is one of I think this is top thing here in the last year or two from Invicta that's come out in terms of new design and technology here. All right, let's look at this real quick here from some of those. Rick and Lisa just saw the first presentation. Hey, Jesse Dixon is here. Thank you so much, Jesse, for being a part of everything here today. So in terms of color, we're looking at, in terms of color for this, as I mentioned, we have 3 different color choices. There is a gold tone, but that one actually sold out already. So I don't know, everybody's been jumping on this early. I have a silver tone, and there's also a gunmetal available. Now the typical price is $9.95 for this timepiece. It's actually gone down here to $189.99. So $189.99. You're getting that 3-year warranty that goes along with Invicta, that eye size technology that also accompanies the timepiece here. So I am just going to, so I don't lose anything, I am going to remove one link yet again. Let me see if I can just show this as clearly as I can. So I just lift up and turn, and then it allows me right there. So now what I can do is I can take a link that I had from earlier, right? Boom, turn, lift it up, lift this up and turn it, and look at it, just falls into place like that. The next link, and then the bracelet is back to whole. Just get that pin lined up right here. And now I'm going to lift up and turn. Look at that. No tools required. That is sweet. I love it. I love it. All right, here we go. All right, quartz movement on the inside. And with this movement here, that VH67, you're getting that multi-step. Here's the watch on my wrist really quick. Look at that. Looking fantastic. That 47 millimeter here for the timepiece. All right. Okay. Let's move on here. We're going to go to the next timepiece, which is a fun timepiece also. I haven't had a chance to present it yet. And I'm going to go to right here. Now, this next timepiece, again, S1, dealing with the racing and everything, the flair that goes along with the racing. And so we have right here, this is going to be the 44 millimeter S1 Rally automatic skeletonized dial silicone strap watch. So that's a lot right here that goes along with it. Now there are 5 different color choices. There is a black with a rose. I have the red. However, the black silver tone is sold out. There's a light blue, which is super hot. And then of course there has to be an orange. So the orange is going along here too. You get that to no shape case, just like that I-size S1 Rally we had before that, as I mentioned, it's big and popular when it comes to racing, that design. You can see just a little bit of a contour that goes along here to fit the wrist sizes. Exhibition window on the back of the timepiece for you to be able to see this. And then it's a mechanical automatic here for the movement on the watch. Look at this. You can see just the edging that goes along each side out there. A lot of fun. Typically $1,395, down 89% today to $149.99. $149.99 to get into this beauty here of that really race inspiration that goes along with it. So the movements on the inside, it's that mechanical automatic. Now the caliber is a GX2801. So it's going to be hand wound. So I can feel the hand winding going on right now. And then also on the case back here, you can see there's the rotor. All right. And it says automatic here on the case back. You get to see that automatic. And the thing too that goes along with this watch, very lightweight. It's probably not the lightest watch of the show. So I'm going to say it's the second lightest. But I know I haven't even put this watch on my wrist yet. It's going to be extremely comfortable on. Look at that right there. That definitely looks hot on the wrist. So yeah. Silicone strap. The band's going to be 26 millimeters. It's going to taper down. It probably tapers down to about 20 millimeters in my opinion. So we'll just look here really quick right at the very top. It should be right at about that 26, 27 in fact. And then tapers down. Let's see. What is it like down here? Oh, it's going to be like 20 or maybe even 18. What is that? 19? Yeah, 20 millimeters right there. And then actually you're getting the flame fusion crystal that's on this too. So you're getting that crystal that's going to have that scratch resistance that goes along with the impact resistance here for this particular watch. So very easy to be able to maneuver and operate here. And you just basically, you set and forget. I mean, you just put it on the wrist, you're good to go. And I like this little added feature here too. You'll be able to see there's actually a gasket right there on the crown. So gripping the gasket to be able to turn and wind up the watch or to set the time makes it even that much easier here for this watch. In terms of wrist sizes, let's see, I haven't measured anything out yet. So at the very, very first notch, we're looking at smaller wrist sizes, 5 3/4 inch of wrist, pretty tight on the cone there. And then all the way up to, now it says 11.5 inches on Shop HQ's website, and we're going to have that changed. So I'll make a note of that to send to the team. We're looking at about an 8 1/4 inch wrist size. So it's not quite over that 8.5 inch mark. So yes, it's going to be up to about that 8.5 inch wrist size. So outside of that, let me see anything else. You guys want to see anything else? Hi, Phil. I don't know. I wasn't informed of a discount code this week. So I think probably what's going on is they probably maneuvered the pricing a little bit more favoritive for you guys anyway, that it wouldn't have the coupon code. So yeah, I'll ask and see, and maybe we can get some back. So good question. I like that. All right, you can see right here, you can see the balance wheel at the very bottom of the dial there. You can see some of the jewels that are part of the movement on the inside, that multi-step here for the timepiece also. That's a fun watch. All right, so the final watch here today to sum up the S1 collection with Invicta, this mini sort of sneak peek of a really vast collection out there. This is going to be the last timepiece here. You've presented it before. It's actually in the first box that I received from Shop HQ in terms of all the different watches. So I'm housing the inventory. I think I'm on box number 28 or 29 now. And actually, there's probably more of those because I probably have close to 30 boxes here. But it's fun. I have everything organized. That's why you guys see that tape with the little marks on it all of a sudden sometimes. So I know where things are. Anyway, last timepiece here. Let me just change it up on the screen, and it is active now. What we're looking at right here, iconic Invicta, iconic S1 Rally Collection. We're looking at the 46 millimeter quartz chronograph with the cognac leather strap watch. Okay, this is an absolute beauty. I presented this watch many a time in different color variations and also with this color variation. Now there are two different color choices. Now this is white, but I would say it's not that Duca white. I would say this is a little bit more of an ivory color for this one. Not quite that big, big bold white on this particular variation. There's also a black or a brown version. So it's gonna be everything the same, but just going to be a brown dial on the inside of the timepiece. Now here's a deal on this watch. I mean, first of all, it's going to be easy to wear. It's going to look comfortable on the wrist. I mean, look at it on my wrist right here. That looks sharp, right? Now here's the other thing, is the price on this watch here too, typically $695. Shop HQ took 89% off. 89% off of $695? That's insane. So it's down to $74.97. $74.97. Now the thing is, this is on clearance. So that means a couple things really quick. What that means is that this item is not expected to return. An order, a PO isn't being placed here to add some more here to the website for quantity. And that's going to go for both colors. Now, maybe it'll come back at some point in the future, but as of right now, there aren't any plans. So when this watch is gone, for $74.97, it is gone. Don't ask me if when is that S1 Rally quartz with the cognac strap coming back? I'll say, hey, I presented it. It was on clearance. Now, a couple things with clearance go along with it. You just have to, with this watch, let me just double check something on it. Okay. So just check out with the clearance what that actually means here in terms of like return policy and such. So let me see. I was just going to go on one thing really quick. Oh, here it is. If you look at the item, it just talks about the clearance policy. There's a little link to it and such. So it says all sales are final and are part of Shop HQ's return policy. So it's being sold on clearance. So that's it. I'll tell you though, fantastic timepiece here, amazing price. If you want to get into just have another summer watch here, especially with this white, it looks really sharp on the wrist. Now this watch is 46 millimeters, but it plays a little bit larger because the bezel is so narrow on this timepiece. And I do love on the inside, you're getting almost all the Arabic numerals except just right at the 3 o'clock mark, and you get at the 6 o'clock and then up at the 12 o'clock mark. But you get the 24-hour scale chronograph, and with the seconds, you're actually getting the tachymeter scale too. Genuine leather from Invicta with the contrast stitching and the perforation that goes through. Of course, you're getting the mark right here. Genuine leather that you're getting here with the timepiece also. So yeah, $74.97 to be able to get into this watch tonight. And then 22 millimeters, we're looking at 46 millimeters by about 14 millimeters. I'll just confirm the overall profile. Yep, 13.4 millimeters, so under that. So, okay. Let me see if there are any more questions here from you guys. All right. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. I'll be back on Wednesday, and then I'll be at same time here, 7 p.m. Eastern, but then I'll also be back coming up here on Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern on TikTok. So definitely would love to see you there. If you haven't been there yet, it's a lot of fun. If you want something that's a little bit more and some more comments out there too, check it out because I'm usually on for about 3 hours at a time. So it'd be great if you could be there. It's always fun when I get the little hearts from everything and just kind of, it's extra fuel in the gas there for a long live stream, but it's always fun. So I wish each and every one of you fathers out there just an enjoyable day here for the rest of the day, and for the fathers that are now remembered, thinking about all of you too. Well, you guys enjoy the evening. Thank you so much, and I will see you at 11 a.m. Eastern this Wednesday for the TikTok show, and then back again at